Oh, here's a short one. So we got you are not late. While it would have been amazing to be an entrepreneur during the dot-com boom, right now is the best time to start something new on the internet. Whoa. Okay. Let's see what it is. See what it's about. Oof, the site. What's going on here? I am not familiar with this site. Is anybody familiar with this thing? I don't think I've seen this. Who's it by? Do we have an author? No author. Hmm. I'm sure it's whoever owns the site, right? I feel dumb if it's somebody important, or well, everybody's important, but somebody famous. Uh, I don't know. Let's see what it is because I don't have enough time to go find another one. So we'll see what this is about, and then we'll make a decision later. All right, you are not late. Can you imagine how awesome it would have been to be an entrepreneur in 1985? Hmm. When almost any .com name you wanted was available, all words, short ones, cool ones. Hey, I think I got a pretty cool one. I got my six-letter one, right? The groundlevel.com, right? Huh? Huh? That's a pretty cool domain. Um, all you had to do was ask for the one that you wanted. It didn't even cost anything to claim. This grand opportunity was true for years. In 1994, a Wired writer noticed that McDonald's.com was all still unclaimed. So, with our encouragement, he registered it and then tried to give it to McDonald's. But their cluelessness about the internet was so hilarious, it became a Wired story. Shortly before that, I noticed that ABC.com, based on the way this is written, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to know who this is. Was not claimed. So when I gave a consulting presentation to the top floor ABC executives about the future of digital, I told them that they should get their smartest geek down in the basements to register their own domain name. They didn't. Okay, yeah. All right. So in the 80s, businesses were clueless. Internet makes sense. I mean, a lot of people's like, what is this thing? What is it going to be? No one knows. And then it changed. And then it changed. And then everybody was like, everything on the internet. The internet was wide open. What is the from what is the running joke in what was that TV show? I forget. Radio on the internet. Which was the thing. That was what we did. We did have internet stations on the radio. That's how we got our music before. Everyone was before when we had to download things the old way. We also had streaming radio stations that you could listen to, which are still around. But I felt like it was a much bigger thing, especially when Winamp was around. Um, so the internet was wide open frontier then. It was easy to be the first in category X. Yeah, to be first. Yeah, for sure. Consumers had few expectations and the barriers were extremely low. Start a search engine. Yeah, okay. An online store. Serve up amateur videos. Of course, that was then. Looking back now, it seems as if waves of settlers have since bulldozed and developed every possible venue, leaving only the most difficult and gnarly specs for today's newcomers. 30 years later, the internet feels saturated, bloated, overstuffed with apps, platforms, devices, and more than enough content to demand our attention for the next million years. Yeah, I can relate with that. There's everything. Everything is trying to get your attention. Everything's designed to get your attention. That's why TikTok works so well, and how shorts are taking off because like everyone knows like I can't get your attention for that hour, that half hour very well, but I can take your attention for that 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 15 seconds, and then it just kind of iterates and just keep going through that. So I can, yeah, everything. The internet has turned into an attention getter for sure, and then that's what it's designed. That's what most people design for. Between attention and separating you from your money. It's like, well, I want to take away any any barrier for you to purchase stuff. And so that's the general scheme of any site, anything that you sign into. That's what subscriptions are for. It's like, hey, if I set you up for a subscription, then you do it once, and then you don't have to worry about it again. And then we just continue getting cash that way. So I get it. Yep, I can agree with this. Even if you can manage to squeeze in another innovation, who would notice it? Okay. Yet, if we consider that we have gained online in the last, what we have gained online in the last 30 years is abundant smells almost miraculous. Okay. We got it. Instant connection with our friends and family anywhere. That was the big thing. Like when I was a kid or when I was a teenager, that was the thing. Like social media was about like, hey, all my friends are on here. Wouldn't it be cool if I could talk to my friends and leave messages and do this thing like that? That would be cool. That was the big thing. As a teenager, is like I wanted to talk to my friends. A customizable stream of news whenever we wanted it, zoomable 3D maps in most cities of the world, an encyclopedia where we can query with spoken words. That was the other thing. Encyclopedias online, just reading through stuff. Just for funsies, Online Britannica. What was the big disc one? I forget. And you can just browse articles and just read stuff, and I thought that was really cool. Movies that we can watch on a flat slab in our pocket, a virtual everything store that will deliver next day. Yep. To name only 6 out of thousands that could be mentioned. But here's the thing. In terms of the internet, nothing has happened yet. Oh, what do you mean? The internet is still at the beginning of its beginning. Oh, if we could climb into a time machine and journey 30 years into the future, and from that vantage, look back today, we'd realize that most of the greatest products running the lives of the citizens in 2044 were not invented until after 2014. People in the future will look at their holodecks and wearable virtual reality contact lenses and download avatars and AI interfaces and say, oh, you didn't really have the internet, or whatever they'll call it back then. Okay. Fair. I mean, it would be drastically different for sure. I mean, it's drastically different now from when we started. So, okay. And they'd be right, because from our perspective now, the greatest online things of the first half of this century are all before us. All these miraculous inventions are waiting for that crazy, no one told me it was possible visionary to start grabbing low-hanging fruit, the equivalent of the dot-com names of 1984. All right, fair. Because here is the other thing that graybeards in 2044 will tell you. The graybeards. The upcoming graybeards. Can you imagine how awesome it would have been to be an entrepreneur in 2014? It was a wide open frontier. Is this an old article? I feel like it is. August 5th, 2014. Wow, this thing's getting redone. Okay. You could pick almost any category X and add some AI to it. Put it on the cloud. Few devices had more than 1 or 2 sensors in them. Unlike the hundreds now, expectations and barriers were low. It was easy to be the first. And then the world would sigh. Then they would sigh, oh, if we only realized how possible everything was back then. Yep. So the truth, right now, today, in 2014, I guess it's still valid, is the best time to start something on the internet. There has never been a better time in the whole history of the world to start to invent something. I mean, that's always true, right? It's always true, like the best time to invent something is now. Not later. Now, like if you have an idea and you can do it and the tools are here, you should do it. There's never been a better time with more opportunities, more openings, low barriers, high risk, benefit ratios, better returns, greater upside than now. Excuse me. Right now, this minute, this is the time for folks in the future will look back and say, oh, to have been alive and well back then. The last 30 years has created a marvelous starting point, a solid platform to build truly great things. However, the coolest stuff has not been invented yet. Yep. Although this new greatness will not be more of the same that exists today, it will be not be merely better. It will be different, beyond, and other. But you knew that. What you may not have realized is that today truly is a wide open frontier. It is the best time ever in human history to begin. You are not late. Man, timeless. I like it. I like it. I still don't know who this is, but cool. I can appreciate that. That was awesome. Does anybody know who this is? Oh, so this is somebody named Kevin. I'm going to feel dumb when I figured out who it is. I'm going to feel real dumb. Maybe not. I'm horrible with names, so. I don't know. Well, guys, I appreciate you joining me this morning. I don't really have time to do anything else. Got to go wake up the kids. So thanks again. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Ground level out.